If you've ever wondered what happens when everyday investors that are fueled by memes risk it all in the stock market, you're in the right place. Here, we're breaking down the internet's wildest stock moves, riskiest trades, and funniest memes from the infamous Reddit community that's challenging Wall Street. Massive gains, tragic losses, and the inexplicable chaos in between. We'll be unpacking what makes this discourse community get excited and how they're influencing the market one meme at a time. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the only educational podcast focused on the subreddit WallStreetBets. I'm your host, Cam Holland, a freshman here at Trinity College, and I'm joined here by my guest, Tyler Beliveau, who's also a freshman here. Today, we are going to help you gain a better understanding of some of the most confusing stock market situations that were caused by the subreddit. In order to speak about the subreddit WallStreetBets, you must first mention the GameStop saga, or the event that made the subreddit explode. Back in 2021, a user of the subreddit crafted a discussion post that outlined why everybody in the world should buy stock in GameStop. It was a puzzling post to many at first. GameStop was almost surely going out of business as COVID was just ending. There was no longer a demand for retail video game stores because of consoles and computers now allowing you to download games with ease straight to your device. However, after the user named Roaring Kitty on the subreddit did an immense amount of research, he realized that he came across an opportunity of a lifetime. Large hedge funds that for years have dominated the common retail trader had become greedy and placed themselves in a position that was far too risky if the stock were to somehow increase, which it did, and at a ridiculous rate. Back in 2021, in just 17 days, GameStop stock went from $4.99 all the way up to $94.93, with the retail traders earning anywhere between 10 to 20 times profit depending on when they entered. This meant that the retail traders were winning and the hedge funds were losing for the first time in forever. The timing for this market event to happen was too perfect. Retail traders had just received new income due to the stimulus package that had been issued after COVID. People were at home and looking for other ways to make money. So they resorted to where everybody else was making money, on WallStreetBets. Additionally, users such as Elon Musk and other influential figures were interacting with the subreddit through platforms such as Reddit itself and Twitter, Instagram, etc. WallStreetBets was at an all-time high for users and visits in a day. So now I'm here joined by Tyler, and we're going to talk about some of the language that is seen on WallStreetBets. Try to familiarize Tyler with it, as he's not on the discourse community too often. But Tyler, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, so Tyler Beliveau. I'm a freshman here. I'm absolutely ecstatic to be on this podcast. Yeah, let's get it started.
So, just wondering, as of now, what is your prior knowledge to WallStreetBets and specifically the language that they use between each other?
I wouldn't call myself an expert. I've definitely heard of what is it, a Reddit Discord?
Yeah.
It's a Discord?
A Reddit discourse community.
Okay, well, I actually just recently watched a movie that kind of talked all about it, or all about the GameStop thing that happened a couple years ago.
Yes.
But I'm not too familiar with WallStreetBets itself or a lot of the lingo. I think I would have a couple things that I would know here and there, but...
All right, well, hopefully you get some good information here. Let's just quickly run through a couple of the terms and see if you have any guesses or have heard the term before. Whatever you know, just spit it out.
All right.
So first, let's start off with as basic as it gets. Ape. Do you know when they say ape, what are they referring to?
Yeah, I actually do. I believe it is a member of the discourse.
First try. Come on,
Yeah. I'm familiar with that one.
There we go. Okay, 1 for 1. To the moon.
To the moon? I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. You're hoping that a stock or anything is shot up in terms of price, and they call it to the moon.
Okay. So, Tyler, you're 2 for 2.
Bang.
Were you expecting this type of performance beforehand or no?
I'd say the first two were pretty easy, but I'm hoping maybe we'll get into some deeper terms here. But
all right, ready? Here's the next term. DD.
DD. My guess, I have no clue. You lost me at that one. I do not know what DD
Due
is.
diligence. So
Okay.
You're familiar with due diligence, right?
Yeah.
Just background research on a stock, and they'll post DD posts where they'll, and I mean, this post will just go on for years and years. The famous GameStop one is the most famous DD of all time. Why he explained that is a stock that needs to be bought.
I feel like I've heard due diligence in terms of like the lawyer community. Am I wrong there?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing. Okay. Next term, bag holders.
Bag holders? My guess would be people who hold high amounts of a certain stock.
You're close.
Bag holder.
Yeah, so a bag holder is someone that held on to a stock for an extended period of time, and now the stock has significantly decreased in price, and they're not holding any more money in that bag. That bag is now empty. So they held on to the stock as it went and decreased in price, and now they're out of luck.
Understand it now.
Okay, and now we'll come back to maybe one that you should probably get. Stonks.
Donks?
Yes.
I've only seen like the stonks meme.
Well, yeah, this discourse community is full of memes.
Stonks. Is that just another word for stocks?
Boom.
Bang.
There we go. Not bad. I think you went 3 of 5.
That's fine.
Which gets you in the Hall of Fame in the MLB. You know that?
That's fine. Yeah, that does.
So, yeah. I mean, great job. Be proud of that.
What happened to HODL? I thought HODL was coming in.
HODL. Tyler here is a big Bitcoin proponent.
I am.
And so most of his knowledge kind of stems from that. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely. In terms of the Wall Street Bets category, yes, for sure.
And now on to its current existence. So Tyler, right now, a big hot topic on the discourse community is Bitcoin's 100K mark. That just happened.
Aha.
So something that you could provide a little bit of expertise on, and I can help merge the gap between your knowledge of cryptocurrency and my knowledge of the discourse community. How's that sound?
Sounds great. Let's get into it. So I haven't really seen, clearly as you know, I'm not a part of this Wall Street Bet community yet, although I'm interested after learning a little bit more about it. I'm interested to see how much of that community is in favor of Bitcoin. I'm interested to know how many people are believers in Bitcoin. So here's the thing, actually. There's people in the community of Bitcoin who understand the ins and outs. They're smart. They understand the blockchain and how everything works. And they have a real belief in it becoming a new form of currency. Whereas there's other people who, correct me if I'm wrong here, on Wall Street Bets are in it for the quick buck or reading the way it goes and the cycles, and they want to just gain quick money. Whereas I'm one of the believers who is somewhat in it for the long term, where I'd bring up that HODL term.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think the main emphasis of Wall Street Bets is not, when people aren't here trying to build wealth over time.
Definitely makes sense. Just from what I've seen on the quick research of Wall Street Bets, people are posting their earnings and losings on Bitcoin itself.
Yeah, so, yeah, you're exactly right. Wall Street Bets is more of they use the term pump and dump. So they pump up a stock and then dump it, and they're just trying to make quick profit. So you are right, there is a massive difference between what you consider yourself and what a member or an ape on Wall Street Bets would consider themselves.
So I have a question. Just because I watched that movie Dumb Money, I'm sure you're familiar.
For sure.
These people are in here are somewhat in like a community together, and I feel like they're somewhat working together. I don't know if I'm right or wrong there, but my question is, do people post their thoughts on stocks that they think are going to be profitable just to help others in the community, or are they almost doing it just to be a part of it, and just show what they're doing? And they won't give insight on stocks, but they'll just show their earnings or losses.
Yes, there are many different ways that people can interact with this discourse community, whether that is posting wins or losses or due diligence posts, giving advice to others. I think that the people in this community truly enjoy being with each other on a social platform, and they're just engaging in conversations that they find interesting through comment sections. And as this community extends far past Reddit, as I'm sure you've seen it on X or Instagram and stuff like that. So there are many different ways that they communicate with each other, but I think what draws them to it is personal aspect between user to user. And just talking about something they find interesting.
Gotcha. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's kind of how it exists today. But I'm glad that you were on here for the timely 100K mark of Bitcoin. I'm sure you're pretty happy about that.
Absolutely. It's a big mark for Bitcoin itself.
Yeah.
Definitely means a lot. I mean, it's a huge milestone,
It means a lot to the people of WallStreetBets, too.
100%. I mean, they're loving it. I think everyone's loving it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that wraps things up. Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Awesome, dude. It's been a great time.